Hello, storytellers. Welcome to Storytelling Tarot. My name is Jeida K, and I am so excited that you're here with me today. We are back with another pick a card in our journey through the tarot series, and we're focusing on Queen Mother herself, the Empress. And today we are asking the question, what should you be nurturing right now? What's the thing that you should be cultivating and protecting and spending more time doing, right? That's what we're focusing on today, and we're going to use the essence and the energy of the Empress to do that. As you can see, we have 3 Empress cards on the table, so take your pick, whichever one is calling to you most. And if more than one Empress card is calling to you, then you know what I always say, then you may have more than one message. And I encourage you to watch as many as you need. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with chapter 1. Hey, chapter 1, welcome to your reading. Today, we're looking at what you should be nurturing. What should you be nurturing right now? Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm going to get maybe 3 or 4 cards. Let's see, what should you be nurturing now? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. 2 of Wands and the Fool. Okay, I love this energy. Knight of Swords, 10 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the Fool. For you, the energy here is all about spontaneity and doing something that makes you feel good. Even if it doesn't agree or doesn't sit well with other people. Like, you should do your own thing. Do you see how in this 10 of Cups, all of the ravens are kind of crowded in here? But right here at the 2 of Wands, like, this raven is free and able to do things. And baby, listen, look. Sometimes you have to come in with some scissors and you have to sever from what is keeping you crowded in. And so right now it feels like what you should be nourishing is your carefree, is your spontaneous spirit. What is the thing that you're wanting to explore most? What is the thing that you're wanting to achieve? This feels like the time. The 2 of Wands is a card of planning and setting a vision and really beginning to take the necessary steps to get you to where you're going. And this is something you should be nurturing. The Knight of Swords is someone who moves with forward action, and they're very fast. They're very swift, but they're not afraid to do the daring thing. And it is very similar to the Fool energy. So the Empress energy here is saying you should nurture that part of you that's fearless. You should nurture that part of you that's like, I can do it. It's believing in yourself. And so the 10 of Cups for you, is usually a card of like family and everyone getting along and like a happily ever after. But, your 10 of Cups comes in the middle of the spread. So like what makes you happy is like not the typical status quo, what society would say should be fulfilling. For you, it's flying by the beat of your own drum. For you, it's about doing something in a different place, in a different location, in a different vocation, in a different job, perhaps around different people. That's where you thrive. And so the Empress energy is saying you should nourish that. Let's see what else we can get. We have the Queen of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Swords really feels like that direction that, the Knight of Swords can be kind of, they can be kind of impulsive sometimes. And so this is saying that for me, this is kind of telling you how to make this happen, right? So the Queen of Swords is that direction. The Queen of Swords is going to have a little bit more wisdom, right? And a little more groundedness, a little more wisdom and maturity. And so it makes sense that the Queen of Swords will show up because we're talking about the Empress, and the Empress wants you to nourish things that are going to be stable, right? And so the Queen of Swords is going to bring you that stability. So even though, yes, it's time for you to take a chance on yourself to do something brand new and exciting, the Queen of Swords is saying, make sure you have an exit plan. Make sure you have a safety plan. Make sure you have a care plan, right? The 4 of Cups, speaks to us typically about someone who is not satisfied, who's not happy, who's not living the life that they want to live. They're searching for something else, right? What's interesting though is that this raven here looks like they're kind of like whispering in this other raven's ear. And so I would just say, as you are moving ahead, as you're nurturing like the wild and curious, playful side of yourself and whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, don't let anybody be in your ear. Don't let anybody be in your ear trying to tell you where to go, tell you where to look, right? Because here, when you were on fire and ready to go, you were facing this direction. Now you might have other people in your ear trying to get you to go a different one. You're going to need the Queen of Swords energy to keep your vision clear, to keep your mind clear, to make sure that you are honoring your own desires and your own dreams. Nurture those things. Nurture that. All right, I'm going to pull one final card, and that will be for what it will look like as you nurture this wild side. Show us what it'll look like. This one here, the Six of Cups. It'll be like it'll feel like home. The Six of Cups is like that card of like reunions. It's the card of soulful connections. You will feel your most connected self when you are seeking the path that lights you up. So do it, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, a job, a project, pursue it. Sever yourself from whatever is keeping you bound, whatever is keeping you tied up. It's time for you to fly chapter 1. All right, I hope this was helpful. We'll see you in the next video. Hey, my chapter 2s, welcome to your reading. Today we are looking at the Empress and asking the Empress what needs to be nourished in your life, what needs to be protected in your life and cultivated as you move forward and move ahead. So we're going to put the Empress here to the side. We're going to get a couple of cards and see what that is. This one is like standing out to me. The Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, get one more, and the Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, in the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Pentacles. This is definitely about your money. This is definitely about your spending habits. You need to be nourishing your bank account. This is really giving me, this is a time for you all to be saving. You need to be protecting your assets. Well, this is also making me think of, for those of you who are creatives and you have creative ideas and you're doing any type of work, it may be time for you to trademark. It may be time for you to copyright. Like, protect your assets is what I'm really getting from this. You got the Knight of Pentacles, which is like, the knight that is about long game and preserving, right? And making things, taking tangible steps that are going to lead to a bigger payoff in the end, right? You also have this Five of Wands, and so there's some contentious energy. It looks like there's some fighting, there's some competition even. And so this reading really feels like what you should be protecting. So whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're building, the energy of the Empress is saying, protect it, baby. Protect it, because it's a good thing. That project is a good idea. Make sure that it's protected. Make sure that you are only sharing with those who you trust, and not those who would try to take what doesn't belong to them, right? Because it looks like what it is that you're working on is actually going to be, with the Six of Pentacles, is going to pay off and is going to be helpful to the community. So you want to make sure that you have full protection. That's really what I'm getting from this group, especially with the King of Pentacles is here. Like, yeah, I need to protect my assets and make sure that I have enough to make more, right? Let's see what else is here with that. That's really interesting. Yep, you got the Tower. Yeah, because things can happen, right? Things can happen. when you least expect them. And so you want to get, like, that's the Knight of Pentacles energy. It's getting ahead of the storm. It's getting ahead of the storm. And the thing about it is, you are likely, chapter 2, sitting on an idea or preparing for something that's really big. And you might be like, oh, it's just this thing that I'm doing. Oh, it's just this song that I'm writing. Oh, it's just, and like the spirits are saying, no, actually you're sitting on gold right now. Actually, you're sitting on a great idea that's going to help a lot of people, that's going to connect with a lot of people. And so you need to protect it. You need to guard it. You need to really take it seriously, because people are watching and you don't want to get caught slipping. The Tower is here. Let's see what else. Because this is kind of giving me Two of Swords. This with the Tower is kind of giving me that almost like overnight success. And so when that thing happens, it's like it's something you do. You know, you just post like a random video on TikTok or something, YouTube or whatever, and then like you wake up in the morning and it goes viral. Like you have like thousands of subscribers and people who know your name. Yeah, it's giving like overnight success. And you see how like with the Two of Swords, it's almost like you're sitting on something. You're sitting on something. And Spirit is saying like, no, don't delay. Go ahead and protect it. Go ahead and protect it. Let's get one more card, because that's really, I don't know, that's really juicy, chapter 2. What y'all working on? Just kidding. Don't tell me, because Spirit just said keep it. Spirit just said protect it. This one here. No, this one. And the Devil. Yeah. Go ahead and protect that thing. And listen, also we don't have the Justice card. I really thought the Justice card was going to come out because we were talking about legal things, but the Devil is here. And so I would just say, so the thing that you are nurturing, first of all, make sure that if you are signing any contracts, that it's a good contract, right? Make sure that the energy, that the payout, that it's matching what it is that you feel that you are worthy of, right? Because the Devil is here, and the Devil is not going to give you more than what they want to give you, right? So be mindful. Make sure maybe you do need legal representation. Maybe you do need a mentor. The King of Pentacles can be a financial person. So maybe it's a financial situation that you need to, you need someone to look at your financial investments, someone to look at your budget, someone to look at your taxes, whatever it is. But it feels like you are sitting on something that's really beautiful. It's definitely dealing with money with all of these pentacles on the table. It's definitely dealing with money, but you just don't want to get caught slipping. If you are a business owner and it could literally be something like, for you need to be on top of something like your taxes. Be on top of those things, because you don't want something to, with the Tower here, you don't want something to happen where it's like, oop, it's time for an audit. You want your things to be in place. Okay, so let's just see and pull one final card, and I just want to ask, okay, well, I didn't even ask the question yet. The question was going to be, once you have protected this thing and nurtured this thing that you're working on, what's it going to look like when that's done? And we have the Page of Swords. You're going to be ready to share it. I love that. The Page of Swords. This really is giving like going viral. This really is like something that like, it takes off by storm. So I don't know what it is that you're working on, chapter 2, but with the Page of Swords, it's something that travels fast. News travels fast about what you're working on. So keep at it. Protect your stuff. The Empress, Empress is giving like mama bear energy. Like, baby, what you working on is good. You need to make sure that thing is covered. And so you take care of your business, chapter 2, and I can't wait until it's done. All right, my loves. I hope this is helpful. We'll see you in the next reading. Hey, chapter 3, welcome to your reading. We are sitting with the Empress today, and we're talking about what needs to be nourished in your life, what needs to be protected, cultivated, all of those good things. And we're going to do that by pulling on the Empress energy today. Let's see what the spirits have to share with you about what needs to be nourished in your life. Oh, these two cards, they say, yeah. The Fool, Two of Pentacles. Oh, these two? Okay. The Ace of Wands and the Four of Cups. Baby, the Empress is saying you need some excitement in your life, which is really interesting. Two of these, the Fool and the Four of Cups, came up in chapter 1, but this energy feels a little different. The energy that I felt from chapter 1 was more like they just needed, it felt like chapter 1 needed an affirmation. Like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Go ahead and be you, be wild, be free. This group, it feels like you need permission. It's almost as if you're wanting the Empress or needing the Empress to say, it's okay to go out there. It's okay. Go ahead. Because there's even a little bit of a sadness that I feel from this group. And it doesn't mean that you feel sad necessarily, but it almost feels like a longing. That might be a better word. There's a longing that I'm feeling in this group. So for you, it's time for you to satisfy the longing. What is it that you want, right? What is it that you want to do? Who is it that you want to be? I see you sitting here wondering, wishing, desiring all of these things. I know that this Ace of Wands is very phallic. It doesn't have to be a sexual thing unless it applies, and you can let it be so. But there's a dream that you want. There's something that you deeply desire, right? And I think that what's keeping you from taking this Fool's leap is like this Two of Pentacles energy. This Two of Pentacles energy is like you weighing your options. Like, I got to figure out if this is safe. I got to figure out if this is okay. I got to figure out. And the Empress is saying you don't need anybody else's okay but your own. What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Yeah. And it's really as simple as that. Giving yourself permission. Yeah, let's look at some more advice on how to do that. Those cards want to come out together. Six of Pentacles and the Emperor. And I love this because the Six of Pentacles can be a card of sharing, especially in this particular iteration. We see this Six of Pentacles. We see these two children holding this pentacle together, and you don't know who's giving, you don't know who's receiving, but they are sharing this experience. And so no one really said that you had to go alone. Chapter 3, you don't have to do this exciting thing or maybe even scary, frightening thing alone. Perhaps you take somebody with you. And the Emperor again is saying, create some boundaries of safety for yourself as you do this thing. Prepare yourself. What does it mean to direct your own life? What does it mean to tell yourself yes? What does it mean to just go for it? To shoot for the stars, right? But even in doing so, there's nothing wrong with needing a security blanket or a safety net. And that's what the Emperor does, right? The Emperor does that. The Emperor makes sure that there are provisions for everyone that the Emperor cares for. And if you are your own Emperor, then you can set parameters of safety and boundaries for yourself so that things don't get too carried away if that's something that you're nervous about. But the Empress is saying you need to nurture that part of yourself that wants to discover, that wants to create, that wants to explore, that wants to touch, that wants to taste, that wants to see, that wants to hear. The Empress is saying, yeah, go for it, baby. Go for it. And share the experience with others. Don't go by yourself. You want to go to that museum? Take a friend. You've been wanting to start a podcast, but you're concerned about what to talk about and if anybody will listen to you. Maybe get a co-host. Or maybe set up a situation where you're interviewing others on every episode so you're not alone. Doing the spontaneous thing or the fun thing or the thing that you are excited about doesn't mean you have to do it alone for it to count. Not at all. And it's not a lack of faith either. It's simply saying, I need someone to hold my hand, and then we can leap together. When we get to the bottom of this cliff, and we land on our feet and we're laughing for joy and freaking out because, oh my God, we just did that big thing, then I always have someone to share that memory with. That counts too. That is still faith. that is still fun. And if that's what you need, chapter 3, then go for it. But don't stand there waiting for long. Call a friend and get started. All right. I hope that was helpful for you, chapter 3. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.